feel like this is all the gear, no idea 2026. I've been using this Nikon D5200 plus the 55 to 300mm lens for the last 6 months of bird watching, etc. And I've thoroughly enjoyed using it. It was just a little stopgap really while I was waiting to buy a new camera, but circumstances got in the way and I had to wait a little while, but finally I have now bought a new camera. The idea was I had brought a second-hand camera from MPB, and the idea was I bought this camera originally from MPB and I will now part exchange it back in. So I've taken 6,000 photographs in the last nearly 7 months now. So it's had a little bit of use, but not a lot of use. But probably in the next video or so I will show you how much it cost and how much I got back, etc. Things like that. You know, was it a bargain or not a bargain? On the bird watching front, May has been an absolutely fantastic month here because we have the summer visitors, the usual suspects that I love filming, the European roller, the European bee-eater and the European golden oriole. All beautiful birds, only come here in the summer to breed and then go. So you get 2-3 months to film everything and then that's it for the year. So I've literally just had this new camera now for 3 days and I must admit it is a beast of a thing to work out. Far more complicated than this, you know, and I thought this was complicated after my Nikon P950. So I thought this was the bee's knees. This new camera, which we'll get round to eventually at the end, to me is just in another world. It has made my life, or will make my life, unbelievably easy, or easier in this. I've not really figured it out. Last 3 mornings we've had really low cloud, really dull weather, and then in the afternoons it's brightening up and the wind has really picked up and the little birds don't want to stick their heads above the parapet once it's really windy. They tend to stick down low and they don't sing. So, but I've done pretty well with this, with the bee-eaters and the hoopoes. The hoopoes have been absolutely fantastic. And I'll put a bit of the video on a few of the photographs, but I did really well and I managed to get, there were 8 hoopoes together and I managed to get 6 on a branch together. Now that's got to be some kind of a record. To see 8 together was pretty amazing, but I did manage to get 6 on the branch. So that's pretty good. Yeah, the bee-eaters in flight, I've been trying to do them. They're a lot faster than I give them credit for. You watch all these wildlife videos on YouTube and you see people taking these fantastic bird in flight photographs and I thought, oh yeah, gotta be easy, isn't it? It ain't. It's bloody hard work. And they must have a lot of skill, so I've got so much to learn there, I'll tell you. And luckily the camera's just turned up in time for me to then concentrate on the golden orioles. Last 3 mornings with this camera I've been up at the crack of dawn, sat there at first light, and a bit too dark to film, but you just sit and wait. And they're up there. I found the nest. There's more golden orioles there than I think, but we'll save that for another video. Now I suppose I ought to do the grand reveal and show what I bought. So this is the camera that I have bought now. This is a Panasonic G9 II with a 100 to 400 lumix lens on it. It's like the bog standard wildlife setup. After 18 months of studying it, I looked at all the brands. Which one was I going to go for? I mean, I'm not brand loyal to Nikon. I don't believe in that. I just couldn't decide, honestly, which camera. I knew I was going mirrorless, but it was just a question of which brand I was going to go. So, after watching numerous bloody videos, I'll tell you, I've settled on this Panasonic G9 Mark II, which is in the Micro Four Thirds system, purely because of the weight. And I think this is heavy because my Nikon D5200 weighed 1 kilo. This weighs, this Nikon again, just over 1 kilo. This is, I think, 1.6 or 1.8. I'll put the weight up on the thing. And I think this is heavy. My God, I couldn't have gone for a full frame system or even the APS-C. You know, I had to go for Micro Four Thirds. And I settled on the Panasonic because it just seems to have some of the best stabilisation and video recording qualities, I guess, and obviously got pre-burst in it and, you know, burst modes, etc. So I've only had it, I've had 3 little outings with it on the golden orioles, and oh my God, yes, it's fantastic. So I'm just working my way through the settings now, because it's got so many settings, it's untrue. But we'll figure this out as we're going along, but I'll show you a little bit of video of. Yeah, I'm finding this, you know, luckily it's summertime, so I'm in the pool a lot at the moment. I can build my arms up to carry it, but how do people carry a full frame system around without a tripod? I've absolutely no idea. Fair play to them. You see them there with these monstrous lenses out there. So yes, on this Micro Four Thirds system, it's a 100 to 400 mil lens, which is ×2, so it gives me the effective focal range in full frame equivalent of 200 to 800. So I'm hoping that's going to be enough, or I'll just have to get closer, which is what I had to learn with this thing for 6 months. If you've enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe.